haven't left my house in a month. Mad Max, a movie franchise full of cars, violence, and American propaganda.
It's Australian? Then why is it so violently American?
The newest iteration of the series features a woman lead a feminist message and a complete reversal on the propaganda. Instead of glorification, it makes the warmongering citadel and its leader the bad guys. Now you may be thinking, as us Americans do, where's my America in this movie? And I'll tell you. Right there. That's us. We're the bad guys. And here's how you know. So first, we start by establishing that it's set in the Middle East. In terms of how we know that, there are several clues given to us. Most obvious being sand. Americans love that. You make a movie about the Middle East, it's got sand all over the place. Apparently. Like, I get it, it's a part of the geography, but there's other geography in the Middle East. I know that was there in the prior movies, but things can be given new symbolism. That's what makes sequels interesting and not bad. Our next clue. Oil. The American stereotypes. Where there is oil, there is America. But seriously, Gastown? Could you be more obvious? Next. Helpless citizenry. Heck yeah, the locals do nothing. They're kind of just there. No one besides our main characters ever, is shown resisting the tyrannical rule of Immortan Joe. You get one lady when he discovers that his wives are gone, but she's promptly murdered. So, and this connects, obviously, because part of the rationale for American involvement in the Iraq War was that we had to liberate the citizens of Iraq from their oppressive government, and their oil. So, yeah, those are our factors. They're pretty damn clear if we're being obvious. Next! It's an allegory for the Iraq War. This is not as much of a reach as it sounds. Movies love to act. That is the only thing of significance that has ever happened in the entire Middle East. Regardless, I do have other reasons. The timing lines up. This movie was delayed several times because of events relating to and leading to the Iraq War. First, it was delayed because of 9/11. Then, because of security concerns, travel and shipping became very, very difficult. And so it was delayed until 2006, which is when the new Iraq government was established. Maybe because the government made it easier for them to film, or, just genuinely be in Iraq. You don't want to be in a war zone. Oh wait, it wasn't filmed in Iraq. It was filmed in Namibia, a country nowhere near Iraq. There was no reason for them to delay. It didn't affect the area at all. Unless the delay was a deliberate clue to show us the truth, to lead us to the light. I'm messing around. Moving on. Gastown and bullet fodder. What do you need to wage a war? Gas and bullets. Real subtle there, guys. White people. That's me. There's 3 people in this entire movie that aren't white. But they're all good guys. All the war boys of Immortan Joe and the residents of the Citadel, they're all white. I get it, it's Australia, and you gotta get Australian, citizenry in there because, you're not just gonna fly people in from all over. But Australia does have a fairly large immigrant population, and there are non-white people in Australia. You could have diversified that and they didn't. And I'm choosing to believe that that's a deliberate choice. And these white people, they go around destroying things. Once again, that's very subtle. Next thing. Green paradise versus desert wasteland. We've covered that the desert setting represents the Middle East. But all these white people come from the prosperous Green Citadel. It seems like they are far better off than anyone else there. So why bother leaving the green for the desert? In this context, the Citadel is America. Throughout the Iraq War, the world was asking, "Hey America, why are you in Iraq?" And we gave a variety of excuses, but none actually justified being there. Why would America leave its green paradise just to bully a desert nation? Yeah, we're down to 2. No draft, baby! The Citadel Army is volunteer-based. People join of their own free will. This might be out of patriotism, a misguided sense of honor, or because they want to kill people. This is not to criticize our men and women overseas. I hold the highest respect for them to willingly put yourself in the line of danger for what you believe in. That's really important. But just because you believe something is right doesn't mean it's true. I believe that at a fundamental level, humans want to be good and to do good, but good is subjective. And that's what's wrong with our military. The military are the greatest advertisers on the planet. The military puts a weapon in your hand and says, "You're making the world a better place." They tell you that your cause is the right cause and everyone else is wrong. The Citadel Army thought that they were right too. Moving on. I'm right because a guy on Twitter agreed with me. On May 5th at 3:18 p.m., I tweeted, quote, "Spicy take. Mad Max Fury Road is an allegory for American aggression in the Middle East." To which a man by the name of Professor Dad responded with an article he wrote that illustrated my point. I, by yelling into the Twitter void, managed to interact with Dr. Jack Russell Weinstein, professor at the University of North Dakota and author of several books. This dude has a PhD in philosophy. He is way more qualified than the rest of us to make the judgment about this movie is an allegory. And he did, because he agreed with me. And I'm counting that. In conclusion, America bad. This movie, not subtle. Bye-bye.